Hello and welcome to the Triune Physics, aka Physics Bible. I'm your host, IP John, and today we are going to continue to explore the fascinating topic in physics called temperature and its measurement. This is episode 4 of temperature measurement, and it is titled Introduction to Temperature Scales. Remember that we have treated the definition of temperature as a degree of hotness or coldness of a body. We were able to define thermometer in episode 2 as an instrument used for the measurement of specific temperature level or values. And then we also defined the thermometric substance in episode 3, and we said that thermometric substance is that content that indicates the measured value itself. So today we will be delving into episode 4. In this video, we'll consider the basics of temperature measurement, including temperature scales, the key concepts, the various formulas, and real-life examples. For better understanding, please, I will urge you to watch that tutorial video as the links are displayed on your screen. Now, introduction to temperature scales. Recall that anything that has beginning must have an end. Thus, this has given us an idea of time, space, length, which is the same thing as distance. And then we can now vividly point out the point of origin and destination. Point of destination specified vividly. And where was this idea gotten from? It is gotten from Genesis chapter 1 verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. So in the beginning, there is beginning for everything, the point of origin. And then in case you don't get that, God created the heaven. That is the apex level, the highest point, and the earth, the lowest point, which we can determine as a point of origin and destination when it comes to the height. Hence, this idea has been borrowed and injected into temperature measurement in the form of temperature scales for calculations. So in order to calibrate a temperature scale, at least you as a student must understand that we have two standard fixed points, and these points are required and must be noted as reference points. And these will give you an idea of motion, positioning, and distance. You must be able to state your point of origin and destination, and the difference then becomes your distance. I hope you get this part. So, as we delve into our lesson for today, you must understand that we have the triune temperature measurement points. 3 of them. When calculating, you must know these 3. Number 1 is the lower fixed point. It is also called the ice point, the freezing point, and it is also known as the T of O. Then you must also know as number 2 your upper fixed point, which is your steam point, the boiling point, or T of 100. And then number 3, you must know what you are looking for, which means you don't even know what you are looking for until you can find it. The unknown point, the unknown temperature value, the rising point that must be calculated or that must be measured as T of X. This point lies in between the 2 fixed points, which are the lower fixed point and the upper fixed point. So your value will lie in between 1 to 99 or even 100 itself. So you can see that with this idea, we can be able to generate our equation or formula for calculating temperature scales or the value. In Psalm 62 verse 9, surely men of low degree, underline that, the lower fixed point, men of low degree are vanity, and men of high degree, the upper fixed point, are a lie, to be laid in the balance. The balance here is the instrument, the measuring instrument, and for this it is called thermometer. They are altogether lighter than vanity. So please, this verse is to help you understand the concept of upper fixed point, the lower fixed point, and the instrument itself. So as we will be generating a formula, you must understand that we have the triune thermometers used for basic temperature measurement, or the triune thermometric scales that are the basic scales for temperature measurement. The first is the Celsius scale or centigrade scale thermometer. The number 2, we have the Fahrenheit scale thermometer, and then we have the absolute Kelvin scale thermometer. The rest will fall under the unknown scale thermometer. Please take note of these. Now, let's generate our temperature scale using the biblical terms. Now recall in Revelation chapter 3 verse 15 and 16, where temperature was defined, it says, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold, which is coldness, nor hotness of a body. I would that thou wert cold. The thou here is the body. The body must be present to absorb the temperature change. I would that thou wert cold, which is a coldness, which is the freezing point, or hot, which is the hotness, the boiling point. So then, because thou, the body, art lukewarm, which is now the measured point that lies in between the coldness and the hotness, then he said, I will spew thee out of my mouth. The I there is now the instrument. The thermometer has been able to measure, and the value was that it was lukewarm. If you relate that to today's thermometric scale, it will give you 50 degrees Celsius, or the average scale, which is lukewarm. So let's delve in further. So using Revelation chapter 3 verse 15 and 16 to determine or calibrate a thermometric scale or thermometer scale, it says, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. Let's assume that this is our thermometer. So let's draw our thermometer and interpret that. Now, it says, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. Okay, let's bring in this to indicate that. Let's use this color. Neither cold, the lower fixed point. Are you getting this? Nor hot, the upper fixed point. Do you get this? Then, the unknown, which became the lukewarmness, will now give us this. I hope you are getting this. So primarily, these are the 3 points you must know. But we have the 2 fixed points. We have the upper fixed point, and then we have the lower fixed point. So the unknown point will come here. Unknown point. So this is what the Bible is saying here, that I know thy works, that thou art neither cold, you can see it here, neither cold nor what? hot. You can see that. I would that thou wert what? Cold, nor hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm, the lukewarm now is this part. Lukewarm. Lukewarm. I will spew thee out of my mouth. So based on this, and based on physics, the upper fixed point is now called the boiling point also. I hope you get this. It's also called the boiling point or the steam point. Is this clear to you? I hope it is. Then, for the lower fixed point, we call it the freezing point or the ice point. I hope you get this analogy. So, with that being said, we can use symbols to represent this so that we can generate our formula. So let's assume that this is Celsius scale thermometer. If this is Celsius scale thermometer, then you would understand that our upper fixed point is T of 100 because the degree of hotness and coldness of the body is from 0 to 100. Then for the coldness, which is the lower fixed point, is T of O. I hope you get this. Is T of O. Then the unknown becomes T of C. Let's use T of C. Is this clear? So, with this, you should understand that there are procedures, laid down principle and templates for you to be able to generate your formula. Whichever scale you decide to use, please, the processes or the procedures are the same. And how would you be able to generate your formula or your equation for the calculation of the unknown temperature? You must know your upper fixed point and your lower fixed point. Hence, the idea of beginning and the ending comes into play. So, since we are calculating for the unknown temperature, which is lukewarmness, T of C now become unknown temperature value negative the lower fixed point. Lower fixed point. I hope you get this. All divided by the upper fixed point. Okay. Fixed point negative lower fixed point. Why are we using lower fixed point to subtract? Because this, you want to know the differences in the distance, in the space. So for you to accurately calculate that distance, you must be able to locate or pinpoint your point of origin. And our lower fixed point is always the reset button, the lower fixed point, the point of origin. Hence we have this. So in all the formulas or the equations we are going to generate, either for Celsius scale, Fahrenheit scale, absolute Kelvin scale, resistance thermometer scale, which is in ohms, or mercury, which is that of gas, and many other, even unknown thermometer, this is the procedure you're going to use. And your formula is going to center on this principle. I hope this is very clear to you. Unknown minus the lower fixed point divided by the upper fixed point minus the lower fixed point. So let's substitute that into this. Our unknown is T of C. Is that clear? Negative, the lower fixed point is T of O. All divided by the upper fixed point is T 100. Negative what? T of O. Is this clear? I believe it is. But recall that T of O is equal to 0 degree Celsius or centigrade. I hope you get this. Then T of 100 is equal to 100 degrees Celsius. Is that clear? So can we substitute that into this equation? So permit me, let's proceed. T of C, which is the unknown temperature scale that we are going to calculate for, negative the lower fixed point, which is 0, divided by the upper fixed point, which is 100, negative the lower fixed point, which is 0. And this will be equal to T of C minus 0 is T of C, divided by 100 minus 0 is 100. So this gives us the first equation, degree Celsius. I hope this is clear to you. Then let's repeat the same procedure for the Fahrenheit scale. The Fahrenheit scale with the same principle, operate with the same principle. Let's assume that this is a thermometer. Again, you must be able to indicate your upper fixed point, and your lower fixed point, then the unknown scale. I hope this is clear. And this is what Revelation chapter 3 verse 15 and 16 said. I would that thou wert what? Hot or cold. Hotness or coldness of a body. And because you are not, you become lukewarm. So this was a measured point. But for this, we don't know this. And since we are dealing with the degree Fahrenheit scale, I hope you are here, then this will become T of F. Let's call that the unknown temperature value, which is lukewarmness. Then this will become T of 212. That was what Fahrenheit called its own hotness. That the upper fixed point will become 212 and the lower fixed point will become 32, which gives us T of 32. I hope this is clear. So this is how he was able to determine his upper fixed point and his own lower fixed point. Now, you might be wondering, how would you be able to recall this easily? I will help you with that. For you to easily recall the upper fixed point of Fahrenheit scale and the lower fixed point, just know or be able to understand or memorize the number 5. This number 5, if I split it into two prime numbers, okay, I will have what? 3 and I will have 2. Then if I split this 5 again to 3 prime numbers, I will have what? I'll have 2, I will have 1, I will also have 2, and this will be equal to 5. Hence, with this, it will give me the idea, the number 5 has given me the idea of the upper fixed point and the lower fixed point. I hope this was helpful to you. Now recall that for us to be able to generate this formula, we have a guide, a principle. The unknown, again, minus the lower fixed point, okay, all divided by the upper fixed point, negative the lower fixed point. I hope this is clear to you. And based on that, let's interpret that using what we have on the screen. The unknown becomes what? T of F negative T of 32, all divided by what? T of 212 negative T of 32. I hope this is very clear to you. So let's proceed further by substituting. Recall that T of 212 is equal to 212 degree Fahrenheit, and T of 32 is equal to 32 degree Fahrenheit. So by substitution, you now have T of F negative 32 all divided by what? 212 negative 32. So this will now equal T of F by reduction negative 32 all divided by 180. So this gives you the equation for degree what? Fahrenheit scale. I hope this is clear. This is meant to be 180, please. 180. 212 negative 32 will give you 180. I hope this is clear. Now let's proceed further to absolute Kelvin. Now for absolute Kelvin scale, okay, let's assume this is our thermometer. Then we must introduce our what? Upper fixed point, lower fixed point, then the unknown will be in between this. I hope this is clear, please. It's in between this. So recall from our biblical definition, thou wert neither cold nor hot. Is that clear? Because thou art neither cold nor hot, you are what? Lukewarm. So since we are dealing with absolute Kelvin scale, okay, then permit us to use T of what? 373. Now he said that his own degree of hotness is 373. I hope you are getting this as the upper fixed point. Then the lower fixed point, the degree of coldness is T of 273. I hope this is clear. Then let's assume that the unknown becomes T of K. Hence, unknown scale negative lower fixed point all divided by upper fixed point negative lower fixed point. I hope this is clear. So by substitution, what are we going to have? T of K negative T of 273 all divided by T of 373 negative T of 273. Is this clear? So by substitution, recall that T of 273 is equal to 273, and then T of 373 is equal to 373. Is this clear to you? I believe so. That's the case. Let's substitute so that you now have what? T of K negative 273 all divided by 373 negative 273, and this by reduction will give you T of K minus 273 all divided by 373 negative 273 will give you 100. I hope this is clear. So this gives you equation 3 for what? Absolute Kelvin scale. Is this clear? Then the last one for today in episode will deal with the conversion between one temperature scale to the other. So but before we get into that, we'll be ending with this unknown, and whichever thermometry scale is given to you, it will fall into this. Please take note of that. So with that being said, let's introduce our hotness and coldness. Then let's introduce our lukewarmness. Is that clear? Lukewarm. Thou art lukewarm. So thou art neither cold nor hot. And because you are neither cold nor hot, you are what? Lukewarm. That is it. You are lukewarm. So let's assume that this is an unknown thermometer or an unknown scale. Hence, let's call this unknown thermometer. If that is the case, then our hotness will become X of 100. Is that clear? Let's use that to represent that. Then our coldness will become X naught. Then our lukewarmness will become what? T of X. I hope this is clear. So by substitution, we're going to have a formula to be what? Unknown scale or unknown value negative the lower fixed point, all divided by the upper fixed point negative the lower fixed point. By substitution, it gives us T of X negative what? X naught, all divided by what? X 100 negative X naught. I hope this is clear. And because here we don't know what the X naught and the X 100 would be, then we'll stop here. Is that clear? But if it is stated, you can proceed further. So this gives us equation 4, and this is for unknown thermometer. Is that clear? Unknown thermometer. I hope this is very clear. So you can see this has vindicated Revelation chapter 3 verse 15 and 16, the origin of temperature scales. He said again, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold, the lower fixed point, the 0 degrees Celsius, nor hot, the upper fixed point, the 100 degrees Celsius. I would that thou wert cold, the lower fixed point, or hot, the upper fixed point. So then, because thou art lukewarm, the measured point, or the unknown temperature value that lies in between the lower fixed point and upper fixed point, and neither cold, the lower fixed point, which is 0 degrees Celsius, nor hot, the upper fixed point, which is 100 degrees Celsius, I will spew thee out of my mouth. That liquid substance, or that solid substance, or that body becomes useless. So quickly let the brother of low degree rejoice in that he is exalted. In James chapter 1 verse 9, this depicts or denotes the thermometric substance. Surely men of low degree are vanity, and men of high degree are a lie, to be laid in the balance. So in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. I hope you've understood this concept, because in Genesis 28 verse 12, and he dreamed, and behold, a ladder set up on the earth, and the top of it reached to heaven. Can you see this? The coldness and the hotness. And behold, the angels of God ascending and descending on it. The angels here can be represented as the thermometric substance ascending and descending the thermometric or the thermometer tube. I hope this is clear. Connect to our social media handles at Physics Bible, the Triune Physics, for latest update.